you are in the middle of one of the most profound leveling up shifts, transformations you have ever been going through. And what's interesting is that this transformation has been taking almost about 5 to 7 years. And there's something about it has been this slow, freaking powerful transformation. Just think of like whatever you've been working on and becoming and the things you've been trying to manifest that you have not seen yet. There's a reason why you haven't seen those things, is because the effort, like the fact that you've been working on becoming your best self, the fact that you've been working on figuring out who you are, healing your past, healing your ancestral trauma, healing all these things and working towards manifesting your heart's deepest desires. It's like you had to completely rewrite, reprogram, recalibrate, because you were in an aspect of yourself that was heavily programmed by a story of things that were not true about you. This is why your transformation, this is why everything is like, I'm always almost there. I'm never actually there. It seems too good to be true because it never freaking happens. Like you've been getting these glimpses, these moments, these like little affirmations, but the thing in your heart that you've been working on becoming for years has not actually happened yet, because it has needed these years to finally freaking transform. And where I think you are at in the game, look at, we see the phoenix with these 7 flames, and he's almost out. He is almost freaking out. So I think there is something about this stage of where you are at is so powerful and so beautiful, and you are in, like, you are about to experience within the next year or so the thing that you've been working on for years. And you know what? It's just had to take this long. Also, I am Cara Elizabeth. I'm the author, illustrator, and creator of Animal Apothecary card deck for manifesting, for overcoming tests and difficulties. We're going to be using this for our reading today. We're going to be using my new body tech deck that I am still in the midst of giving birth to. And it really helps me out if you subscribe, like, comment as I build this channel, and it pushes it out. Like, I am here for the people who are here to fulfill their highest potential, to overcome their tests and difficulties and work through whatever. Like, no more freaking victim. We're here to be our most amazing self, and we're here to live in joy and abundance while uplifting humanity and creating world peace. Like, yes, we can, all of it. We are here to shine light, and I know there are so many other people who are on this same wave of where they have this profound purpose that they've been yearning to self-realize, and that purpose is their gift that they were created to share with humanity. And in actualizing and sharing their gift, they are a part of the oneness of humanity and creating world peace. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe. It will share this wave of all of us light bringers and uplifters and here to fulfill ourselves in the most profound ways so we can uplift ourselves and humanity. Push it out, man. We got to spread that light. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Let's get a sip of coffee. Lately I'm putting R's in the middle of everything. Okay, so we're going to be working with a few different aspects of yourself. I want to talk to Phoenix, get some feedback from Phoenix in the reading. I want to talk to the part of us who doesn't believe in ourselves. Like, what do they need to hear? We're going to talk to the part of us who also feels like they don't know how to figure it out and they need to control it and they're having trouble trusting and surrendering. I want to talk to Black Panther, because there's a lot about what is coming up right now. Like, the fear that is coming up is not about anything you need to be scared of right now. it is about releasing the fear that's been living in your body for thousands of years, that has just been being passed down through your DNA. And then I want to talk to Dragonfly, because Dragonfly shares with us that the thing we're at, our potential is actually better than we can imagine. So when we limit it with our human thought forms, it's just kind of silly, because the thing that we are created to do is, kind of in alignment with what you think, but it's bigger and better and all that jazz. Okay. So, and then we're going to just get some what body's wisdom too. Okay. So I want you to think of a phoenix, think of coming out of this fire. You've been in the fire for years. It might be shorter or longer, but give or take 5 to 7 years. So let's just think of the phoenix rising above the ashes, rising above the fire. Let's enough fire. And then there's a part of us who is having a hard time believing that this is actually happening. And of course they have a hard time believing it, because they've been working on manifesting this thing for years and not fully aligning or seeing it. That's okay, because like I said, this transformation was supposed to take years, because you've been, all right, that came out. I freaking love that. Only because it's my favorite card in the deck, but we'll get to that. Because I'm going to get distracted. Okay. So now there's a part of us who is also probably friends with the part of who is having a hard time believing, but then there's the control. I need to figure it out. I'm not doing enough. I don't know what to do. I don't even know. I'm overwhelmed. I'm juggling a billion things. How do I do it? What do I do? I need to know. What is that part? What is the wisdom behind that? Or to help with that? Our highest self. So let's ask our highest self. Just bring in your highest self. This just came out. Okay. And then Black Panther, who is here to really protect us and saying there's nothing to fear, even though we might feel scared. And then let's ask Dragonfly, who says this transformation is going to be bigger than you can even comprehend. And then just have a moment with your body, get into your body, touch your body, be with your body, and we're going to pull 3 cards. Just whatever are the wisdom that resides within this temple in our body wants to share with us. This temple within our body? I don't even know what that means. I think the body is the temple. Okay, let's go. Oh my God, wow. This is a really cool reading. If you've been following me the past however many, whatever, this freaking get out of your head card is I love this. Oh my God. Okay. So what your transformation, what the Phoenix wants to share with us right now, just trust. Okay. So thank you. That is such a sweet card to receive. There is this thing about, let's just talk about Mole, how he can barely see, barely hear, barely smell. He just gets by through the vibrations. But he's an underground guy, right? And if we look at this picture, he's actually popping up above ground. And then we see this little sapling who has rooted, who is coming out. So what Phoenix wants to share with you, one, clearly just trust, but if we reflect on the behavior of little Mole, who's almost blind, it's this metaphor of having this blind faith right now. But the moment or the phase of your transformation is actually the sapling phase. So you have rooted, like you have broken out of the seed, which was the most hellish part. You have rooted underground and you have popped up above ground. So this is such a powerful moment, but let's just talk about the sapling phase in your phase. The phase of the sapling is fragile. It is, it is new to this. There's something that feels new. There's something you can tell that is happening for you, but you can't there's something, but it's saying that you're in this fragile point because this is just the beginning of this new stage of your transformation. And that, the good thing that's cool about this fragility within this phase, like things might get you and you might feel some type of way, but if you step on this little sapling, it's just going to bounce right back up. So this is saying that your ability to kind of bend and move and be flexible during this moment is also, you're going to be able to work through whatever is kind of working through you, because you are in this next phase. There's some things that are going to have to come up that your old beliefs, right? Old stories are going to kind of come to be hey, do you still think like this? Hey, do you still believe you're not good enough? Hey, remember me? I'm ugly and my dreams are too good to be true. Let's just stay in that. So those things might come at you, but your ability to bounce back from them is boing, you got it, you're good. So just trust. And I love that that's what the Phoenix wants to share with us, that, and it is about this thing, just having this, this faith and this surrender. And I think one of the, I posted this message so in the guidebook, right? Not everything is in here what I wrote. Each card was quite a bit longer. And I posted this a couple months ago on Instagram, and it was actually the full message from Phoenix. And it I hadn't looked at it in years, and when I read it, it made this thing that he was sharing this message about your transformation. And he said something, I'd have to go back and read it, but it was basically your trust is this supreme magnet that draws in the thing that you actually want. Your super freaking human power is trust. It is the trust that magnetizes this thing that you've been working toward. So of course, Phoenix would say, just freaking trust. The trust is the ultimate magnet that brings in this thing, even though you can't see it, right? Again, going back to little Mole, who's basically can't see, can't hear, can't smell, or he can, but very limited. That there's this fog around you that you can't see the freaking proof yet, but knowing that it is going to happen. And it's okay, you're gonna toggle in and out of that, because the next card is from the aspect of you who has a really hard time believing. And the wisdom from the aspect of you to the aspect of you who's having a really hard time believing got the freaking coolest card in the deck, which is you're on your destiny path. You have this gift that you were meant to share with humanity. You are able to transmute and take the energy of your traumas, of your pain, of your suffering, and transform that energy of your pain and turn it into freaking gold. And when this card comes up, I swear I've always felt like it also is talking to you about making a living or making some kind of abundance and prosperity from the thing that fills your heart, from this service that you want to share with others, that like you are gifted with some kind of financial reciprocity in just the fire you have freaking endured, and that you have transformed that into something that is uplifting, into something that is special or interesting, that is meant to be shared with others, and that there's this lucrativity that is then received as you allow others to receive you receive some kind of financial benefit from this. And that is what life, the guidance to the part of you who's having a hard time believing, like you're on your destiny path, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You probably have hoped that like you were way ahead of where you are than where you are right now. But again, let's just go back to the fact that like your transformation in these last 5 to 7 years or however many years has taken so long because you are transforming so much. And that if you instantly transformed into this version, it's like you wouldn't be able to catch up to yourself. You wouldn't have the wisdom to hold the weight of this next level of yourself that is the freaking phoenix who's like bigger. I just want to find the picture of the phoenix so I can reference that. So this is talking about how, hold on. Give me a second, guys. Bear with me. I got my big freaking picture of the phoenix. Oh, let's put him in the spotlight. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, so Exhibit A. Look at how this little guy is who you used to be, right? And it's like each of these layers, which there's 7 layers of this fire of each flame, to become something bigger than he ever thought he was. So this is like it takes time to just become this thing. And that's why it's taken years. Like if you were in this headspace and instantly became this guy, you would just be like a doofus because you wouldn't even know that you could fly. So if that makes any sense, you'd be a doofus. So that's why you've had to gain, there's like each of those flames and transformations have allotted you with this wisdom to stand in this powerful, noble aspect. Because here's the thing, if there's something you're created to do and share with others, and like there's a reciprocity or some kind of, livelihood that is connected to this, there could be so much immaturity and egoic whatever involved. And it's like, you're some kind of a star that's meant to shine in some format, but it's almost like there's, through these years and the waiting, there's some kind of humility and wisdom that just like makes you freaking awesome and makes you a certain type of leader and makes you trustworthy and makes you whatever, like these beautiful virtues that had to be, it's like we're polishing that diamond inside of you, and it's taken so long, but we want to polish that diamond to reflect the sunlight, the source, right? The source of light to shine back to others. So it's taken some time, clearly. Okay, so the next aspect is the part of you who is scared and worried and trying to control, figuring it out. And we have the perception card. So this is about, we see head in the sand, but what's really happened, so that's one perception. You can come up with whatever perception you have about what is the symbology of this creature, this ostrich with its head in the sand. So what did you think of? Like, some might say like, oh, I'm in denial, I got my head buried in the sand, whatever. No, the real factual situation is that she is turning over her egg. So the part of you who's trying to control is saying like, your perception of the situation isn't even, it's like some weird like the part of you who's worried and trying to control has some like lame, weird idea of how this is all working out, when in fact, underground, under the scene, there is a birth being prepared. And let's just talk about ostrich, who I believe is the biggest bird with the biggest egg. Again, abundance, prosperity. There is something about, and there's this, cowboys wear, like legit cowboys, this is what I've heard, wear their cowboy boots ostrich skin because it is the most durable. So there is something that is like happening without you seeing it. Remember, like, just trust. Like, you can't see it. There is some kind of birthing facilitation. There is something that is in gestation, and it is prosperous, it is abundant, and it is durable. It is long lasting. So this time that has taken to get to this next level of yourself is so you can have this long lasting thing. This is long lasting. Your transformation you are in the midst of and like at the tail end of is about this profound abundance within yourself, within around you, and it's durable. It's not like a quick, like a quick one-time thing where it's super successful and it just then drops off and whatever. Okay, so your highest self, love. So pig, self-love, self-worth, self-value, self-respect. What is with your abundance and lucrativity? Because we see the pig coming out of the coins. So there is something about your highest self is sharing that in this whole process. This is about your it's almost like the whole point of all of this is finding your self-worth and your self-value, and that you are the abundance, and that when you freaking finally align with that deep, real understanding, like, I know you get it. I know you know this on an analytical level, but do you feel it on an energetic level? And so I'm just going to pull this other card. This is what your body wants to share with you. So I am the abundance. So the technique I want to share with you, and this is something that I have been working with, and if you haven't seen my last video, how to manifest with animals, let me link it wherever. It is in the last 3 months of doing this specific kind of work with animals has catapulted me into this next level of myself that I feel like I've been trying to become for 6 years. Meaning I'm not fully there yet, right? I'm still a little bit in that fire phase. But like, I feel like I'm finally seeing and touching and realizing and like momentarily aligning with this thing that I've been trying to align with for 6 years. So this one, watch the video, because like you can do this with so many freaking things, and it's so many animals. But I listen to really powerful music and I go on this journey with Pig because, one, I know that Pig is about this self-worth and self-value. And he teaches us this because he is, he's used as a dowry. He can feed up to 120 people. You can eat every part of the pig. Like, he's so valuable, and then lives in this world of dichotomy where he's used as like a word that's derogatory, that's seen as filthy and gross. So he's like us, right? We're so valuable, we're so powerful, yet we're inundated with such like weird thoughts about our own self-worth. Yet he's also used as a freaking piggy bank, a thing that holds the abundance. So I find, for me, it's like really fun, like crazy techno music that I find, and I use pig and I use coins. So I do this mudra. Okay, so this mudra helps align you with abundance. So you're gonna put your hands in this mudra. You're gonna get your some really like powerful, fun, awesome music, or if you want it emotional and like weepy, whatever, that's cool. But like, I see the pigs dancing around me. I see rainbows and coins just blarding out of us. Blarding. So just so much of this like symbology, because remember, we're working also with programming our subconscious, who speaks in symbols, because our dreams are all in symbols. So when you use symbols, instead of like matter of factly, I'm going to see myself and project myself, seeing myself do this thing, one, that kind of limits when we're usually using our visualizations. Like, what if it's something much bigger? So what if it's just focusing on amplifying your self-worth and your self-abundance? And like, since I have been doing this, what is crazy is like the lucrativity I have been seeing come in with this is also just like really awesome. So that is my suggestion, to do this technique. And you got to do it every day though, at least 19 days. You go on these journeys. This is how you manifest with animals, is that you journey with them and they implement their medicine without you even trying. Like, all you have to do is play with them, snuggle with them, dance with them, walk over bridges with them, become them, like whatever. And just like a song that's 2 or 3 minutes a day. And it's, it's been transforming my life big time. Okay. So that is the message from your highest self, included in what your body wants to share with you as well. The message from Black Panther. So let's just talk about Black Panther. Black Panther really comes to us with a couple different messages. One mainly about fear, and the misconception of our fear. So we see Black Panther as black, but in the light of day, he has spots. Some of them in the sun look like they have freaking auburn colored hair. So there's, it's almost saying like, you're not the thing you're scared of. It's like when you face Black Panther and you're scared, you're not actually seeing who he really is. So, what came up, and the other body card that I'm going to use in alignment with this. So Black Panther is one saying see beyond the past. So we have the beautiful black swan, who was the story of the ugly duckling who got picked on as a kid. He then, because he didn't look like the ducks, but it's like, duh, I'm not a duck. And when he looks at himself in a reflection, he sees this old hurt version. So he keeps misidentifying himself as this old hurt version when he's this crazy, awesome, beautiful black swan. So one, just like we said, like the Black Panther is saying, like, there's something you're not actually, you're seeing something. Again, we're going back to the perception card. There, it's like you're creating some like weird thing that isn't the truth. And then, so we have the body who's saying, she's in her Black Panther format. She's using her body tech to embody Black Panther. It says, do not be afraid. There is nothing to fear. So the body tech I would do for this, and what Black Panther is actually, he's funny because it's like he comes up as the thing that we're kind of scared of, but he's our protector. So he's holds really powerful protective energy. And I like to see him as this like big masculine, but if you want to, you know, feminine, whatever. But my Black Panther, he's a he, and he's super protective and cuddly and loving. And the same type of journeying of finding a powerful song and you know, doing this, like working with Black Panther. And even when you're getting scared, there is something right now during your transformation, you're being asked to understand that the things that are triggering your fear, you're okay. Like there's nothing going on. You got this. Like you're wise, you're handling it, like you're good. But they're triggering something that like needs to be dealt with and needs to be felt. And it's not something that's just like it might feel like a reoccurring, annoying trigger that's always with you. But this is saying Black Panther wants to come and work with you and your fear to, one, feel it. Fine, you're freaking scared, but you need to have a protector who's cuddling you and snuggling with you as you feel the fear. And to do this on your journeying, on your visualization, this is when you find like an emotional song that's like, oh my God. And you just need, you know, so you can work with Black Panther and allow yourself, maybe it's your child self or whoever who just needs to be like, I'm scared, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. And you have this powerful Black Panther who's just with you, hearing you, but also feels really freaking protective. So that, it's like, that is the medicine, is that you are allowed to feel scared, but Black Panther is saying, but let me also make you feel safe in feeling scared. Like, let me, like, you know what I mean? There's like something different between like, I'm scared and nothing's protecting me. But being real and being like, I'm scared, but working with Black Panther who is like, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. I'm working with you. Feel however you need to feel it with me. I'm here to hold that space. I'm here to protect you. And that's also for me why it's in the divine masculine, because it plays that protective role for me. So and then of course when there's like hyper moments and you want to have fun with Black Panther doing his thing, like funner music. And then so that is the message from Black Panther. Dragonfly. So Dragonfly was our last card from the animal deck that we chose, and it was a message from Dragonfly. So Dragonfly talks about, because he's a nymph underwater for 5 to 7 years, depending on the species, okay? Like depending on the species. But 5 to 7 years to then emerge, you know, and that's why like we can talk about the profound metamorphosis of, you know, the butterfly who annihilates the caterpillar, who annihilates himself to become the butterfly and all that. But why is Dragonfly somewhat more interesting to me at this moment is because the caterpillar can see things flying. The caterpillar knows what air is. But the dragonfly has no freaking idea of its next level. And, you know, I don't know, like, the neural pathways of a caterpillar actually, like, reflecting on and, you know, understanding flight. But, like, you get my point, right? Like, he's in the air. Like, he knows what, like, he's outside. He's already in this realm. He knows this realm. But Dragonfly is underwater. He doesn't know the next realm he's about to go into. And I want to find the card to show you because it is another symbol on the Dragonfly card is that we have the baby who is in this like birthing process. So just like the baby inside of the womb thinks that this is its life, and it's been growing all these appendages and whatever, and it's like, it's not really doing me much in here. I'm growing all these things, and I'm growing sight, and I'm growing this, but like I'm in this space where it doesn't feel like I'm even able to use these aspects of myself. In fact, I can't even use them. I'm scrunched up. My eyes are probably closed. And even if the fetus's or the baby's eyes, I don't think they open in the womb. I'm pretty sure they don't. But if they did, like, you're not going to really see anything. So this is this whole thing about what is coming for you is bigger and better than your current perception of what you're even hoping for, which I love. And the card that was pulled for this is the card I always want to pull a second card. So it's just like, get out of your head. So it's about this kind of like, you're going to have these thoughts, and they're going to balk and be like a chicken in your head and share like annoying thoughts, and they keep you in your head. So Dragonfly is like, get out of your head. This flew out. Okay, the quantum jump. So one simple, get out of your head. It's keeping you in like a weird kind of a headspace. But the other medicine that Dragonfly is now sharing with us is about this quantum jump into this next version of yourself. And what I suggest is doing the work with Black Panther and Pig. So again, we want to do this mudra for abundance, both hands, and then go on this like epic, crazy, awesome journey using golden coins or whatever it is, with Pig being ridiculous and dancing and cute. And you're just like, again, you don't need to know how it's working. You just need to know it's working on your self-worth and your reflection of feeling like you're abundant. And then we have working with Black Panther, and also the movement you can do is Panther paw. So anytime, there's something coming up, there's something about just embodying and getting in your body and doing some kind of symbolic movement to show your body, to show your chemistry, to show your consciousness that you're working through this. And you can either paw the thing that you're scared of, rip away the veils of the fear with Panther paw, and in addition to that, do the journeying with Black Panther. So the last body tech card that we got is the You Are the Gift. This is what it ends with. And look at the diamond coming out of her head, the rainbows channeling through her, shooting out of her head. So I think that this whole thing is saying that like what you are leading yourself to is realizing that you are the gift that you have been looking for this entire time. Is that this whole transformation has been leading to this truer version of yourself that is not inundated by these old stories from the past that were never who you were anyways. And this is the Kundalini yoga movement, Sat Kriya. So if you want to practice this 3 minutes a day I would do it 19 days in a row at least. Just say something in the comment below, Sat Kriya. It just doesn't matter how you spell it. And I always spell Kriya wrong. S-A-T, Kriya is K-R-I, Y-A. I always get the Y and the I mixed up. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So, and I can send you how to do this and what does this even do? This movement, so you're doing something like this and you're repeating Sat Nam, which means true self in Sanskrit, and you do it for 3 minutes every day, and it moves. And there's these techniques you have to do while you're doing it. but it moves any stuck sexual energy. This is such a creative life force down here, and it moves it up to shoot out, and it magnetizes you. It brings in abundance and prosperity, but it just moves any stuck sexual energy that has been like keeping you in this lower chakra to kind of like shoot through all your chakras and expand yourself and expand your aura, which then your expansion makes you more magnetic. And then just to sum up your transformation, just let's ask life, who created us, whatever it is. What do you want to share with us? Yep. Okay. Small steps, big accomplishments. So this is about, it's taken a long time. It's taken a really long time. And what I love about this card, it's the return on investment card. And I don't think this is saying like, yeah, we still got a long time. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But I think this is talking about the years you've been working towards aligning with this aspect of yourself, that it is the return on investment, that these small steps and this action that you've been working on and changing yourself and transforming yourself into a truer version of yourself is going to have long lasting, like it's like the avalanche that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, rolling down the mountain. And your thing, like, you know, Dragonfly, it's like bigger than you can imagine, right? And this says there is something, it's like there's something it's like you can feel it, you can touch it, the thing that you're working towards embodying, but it will be so much bigger than that, because this card was inspired by a dream where it's like you thought you were like a land turtle, but you were actually a sea turtle that was bigger than the earth. So it's like the turtle thing is like, okay, you're kind of like, you kind of get what you are, but it's so much bigger than you can even imagine. And that all this time it's been taking you is leading to this long lasting success. So yeah, that is your transformation, and you're almost there. You're almost there. And I know you've heard you're almost there forever from every freaking reading. I know it. It's like, but this is we're in it for the long haul, like to never give up, to become this version of ourselves. And guess what? Once you finally transform into this phoenix, you're gonna live in it and love it for a minute until you're like, you're ready to transform and move on from that. But you're getting very close, my friend. Okay, I love you. As always, world peace forever. If you want to sign up for emails, updates, workshops, all the jazz is below. World peace forever.